What a fabulous single that is. That was on the... Was that on the Immediate label?
It was indeed, yes.
And that came out in about 67, I think, didn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Imagine that summer when that came out there, you'd thought, wow, this is incredible, it's exciting new sound.
It's Small Faces, isn't it?
Well, this man was around back then. We
That's
were
right.
kids then, but Billy, how old were you in about 67?
I was about... Well, I'm 54 now, but I remember I was living in Whitechapel, Brick Lane, when that was happening. I was still at school, in fact. Pretty sure. I think.
You were about
Wasn't
35 back then. He was probably still in school.
Yeah, I think I was. I can't calculate.
School uniform back then?
Yeah, was it blue blazer, striped tie?
Short trousers?
No, long trousers. Really
yeah, the long
got skinny
trousers.
legs,
when you were a kid, that was the big graduation point, when you went from short to long trousers.
Right.
Then you knew you were a man.
And then you had to wear Dr. White's, didn't you?
Dr. White? No, that's something else. That's a towel. I believe you'll find that was only for the mums.
No.
Are you talking about Dr. Martens? Possibly. You could possibly use them for the same thing. I think excused. I think that was clearly a genuine mistake. And,
no, it was.
No one's going to hold that against you.
I meant Dr.
My mum used to send me out to buy her Dr. White's, and it was fine until I found out what they were.
I went Dr. Martens.
Used to be a belt involved. Anyway, let's not dwell on that. That's a long time ago.
Oh, shucks.
Billy's looking good. Billy looking great. What a fine-looking man you are, Billy.
Thank you very much.
With dreadlocks going on there. Are they called dreadlocks? Do you call them dreadlocks, or is it just locks?
Locks.
Just locks?
Yeah, I don't know what the dread is really. Locks,
I guess the dread is when it was a kind of more specific... Are you Rastafarian?
Yeah, I mean, if this is what it stands for, I'm Rastafarian, yeah. And I follow the faith of Rastafarian, or learning, which is, a lot of people run away from it, but it's dealing with Jesus Christ.
So it's because I'm not that familiar with Rastafarianism. Is it? It's a Christian-based.
Yeah,
belief.
I mean, I'm not an expert on it, but I mean,
clearly I'm not either. So don't worry. Whatever you say, we'll accept.
But I probably know a little bit more than you, because
I would hope.
But it is, yes, Christian-based. It's Jesus Christ.
I didn't know that.
But it's really as far as it's like things we have to seek out ourselves because nobody's telling us. But I really think that what it is a study of the Lord's word and enabling us to try and recognize who Jesus Christ is.
So it's like Bible study, but over your whole life,
much.
essentially.
Oh, yeah.
And dealing with it in a personal way, I imagine.
And with Jesus Christ, it's a Christian religion, which really encompasses, which is about the children of Israel, the 12th tribe, which really encompasses all, which is regarding all as God's children. The children of Israel has no denominations.
So it's not
everybody.
Yeah, it's not specific to
no
colour, race, creed, any part of the world.
And which as well, what I like when I see other nationalities with Rasta, with locks, it really pronounces the whole thing. It's not unique to...
No, of course not. Do you worship in a regular church, a regular Christian church?
Oh, you could do. But I find that the study of Rasta is like what you don't get in the church. The priest reads the Bible just like any of us do. What we Rasta try and do is get in and understand what the whole doctrine is.
It sounds, in a way, what the more devout kind of Jewish folk do when they get to a level of learning, whereby it really is about kind of permanent study, essentially.
Yeah.
The rabbis at a certain level, it really is always about just devoting yourself to the text and trying to interpret it in a real world.
Right, but this way I like to think, I mean, there's no longer Moses and all that around, though these are when these studies started. But it doesn't, and it isn't something that restricts you to live in a happy life, basically. You have your fun.
I'm tempted by Rastafarianism, mainly because I think I would look spectacular with that hair like that. I know that's superficial of me, but wouldn't I look great?
You look great, yeah.
Proud like an African warrior, I'd look. What do you got lined up for the summer? What do you have planned this year? Are you going to be touring or anything with this? Or?
Well, as you know, we got the album coming out, and I'm touring, not necessarily because of the album. I just think it's time to get back.
Because you haven't done a tour for a while, have you?
A long while.
Yeah.
A long while, since in the 89, 90.
You must miss it.
I do. I mean, I do.
That was a very long pause there. You don't know. I've jumped to the wrong conclusion there.
No, I do. I mean, it's like, I can say I miss it. Of course, if I miss it that much, well, why don't you go out and do it? But circumstances, not the right time. I feel like doing it now. Yeah. I feel like going through the whole process.
That's the crucial thing. If you're there for it.
I feel like it, yeah.
We're going to keep talking. We're going to chat some after the news, I hope. But first of all, let's put a track on. I want to hear some more Billy. This is an oldie, isn't it? LOD, Love and Delivery.
Love and Delivery.
When was this?
I heard you talking about SOS.
Oh, yeah.
And all them different, abbreviation to titles. Yeah, so I thought that's a good idea. LOD, Love and Delivery was after Love Really Hurts Without You.
So this is about, would this be the 70s, would this be? Or the
that was about 79.
79, so it's like
78, 79, yeah.
Quite a while ago. Here we go. This is LOD, Billy Ocean.
Love and Delivery.
Guaranteed to get children of all ages up on the dance floor. That's Billy Ocean, LOD. We'll chat to Billy some more after the news. 88 to 91 FM, this is Radio 2 from the BBC. Supergrass. That's Supergrass from their current album, which is the kind of best of 94 to 04 or 84 or whatever.
10 years
however
of
you said it.
Supergrass.
10 years of Supergrass. That's a long time. Seems like a long time. Probably went by just like that, didn't it?
Did, just like that.
Billy Ocean is here. Billy Ocean has his Ultimate collection out. It's out on Monday on BMG Records. It's got some great tracks on it. You were just saying, we were talking about your family while that record was on there. You have how many children, Billy?
3 kids.
Three kids. How old are they now?
Shiri's 23, Anthony 21, Rachel 16.
All grown up then,
All
really?
grown, big people, yeah. So that's why it's about time for me to be doing something else.
Yeah, because you've got the time back on your own.
Yeah.
And Cherie, you were saying, is recording herself now?
Yeah, she's recording. She's got a single coming out next month.
Wow.
She's done a good video.
That must be, what a lovely feeling for you, I would have thought.
Mixed, in a way. I'm glad for her and everything else, but, you know, the music business has changed so much to when I was doing it. And it's like, I don't know.
It's tough. There's so many new artists all the time, it seems.
And very disposable.
Yeah.
But she writes and thing, and she, you know, please God, she will be sensible about the whole thing.
I'm sure, you know, she's got you to come and talk to. You've sort of been around the block a few times.
Yeah.
How does it feel for you? Because I'm already beginning to dread my children growing up and growing away from us, because my oldest is 13 this year and the other two younger. And, you know, like all families, sometimes it's hectic and crazy and it gets on your nerves.
That's right, yeah.
You miss it when you're not there.
That's right.
And I'm already feeling kind of like sad and mournful for the fact that they're going to be, you know, leaving the nest one day.
Yeah.
How was that for you? How do you deal with that?
You know, fortunately, mine is still at home. You know, all of them are still at home.
Oh, well, that's the opposite thing then. You're basically still hoping and praying they will leave then.
Mixed feelings.
Kick them out. Kick them out. Change the locks.
Now at the end of the day, I'm glad they're home, because as we say, the world is so different that at least I know where they are.
Keep them close.
Yeah, at least I know where they are, as long as they want to be.
Freeloaders, really, though, of course. That's really nice, though. That gives me hope, actually.
Yeah, I mean, if you know, I think that if they wanna stay, then let them stay.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And you've got enough space there, presumably.
I've got enough space there.
Yeah, they're not still in bunk beds in one room. Where are they
a different life to what I had.
I imagine so. And do they appreciate the difference?
Yeah.
No.
Not really.
No.
Not really.
Kids.
No, why not? Because I guess I don't understand it.
Billy, when was the last time you said you don't realise what it was like for me?
Every day. Every day, and they take no notice because they can never understand it.
Of course they can't.
They never understand it. I tell them about council flats and you know, living conditions and so on, and it's like they were born into what they were born into.
They
can't imagine it.
Mikey, I've stopped doing it now because one day I went off on one once. I went, yeah, well, when I was little, and they went, yes, we know there was no oxygen. Which I don't think I'd ever said that, but possibly. I mean, I remember one, wasn't there? There was an oxygen shortage one year, wasn't there? Wasn't there? And, like, there was the 3-day week, and then they limited the amount of air. Anyway, I get confused. Presumably, though, do you have tips to offer, like Cherie or anyone else who's listening, you know, who's trying to make it in the business? What do you say to a youngster who wants to make it as a singer or as a songwriter?
I just say, really, just look at it and treat it like a job.
Really?
Yeah. That's it. You know, it's a job. We have to work in whatever way you get an income, as long as it's honest. But yes, it's glamour and everything else, but focus on it as a job.
And do you encourage her to have something to fall back on? Have you sort of explained to her about the fickleness of the business?
Yeah, I try and encourage her to have something else to fall back on. I try and encourage her to come out in the garden with me and relax herself.
I know what she's got to fall back on, of course. Yeah. Dad. That's the deal with kids these days.
I know.
We have to look after them.
I know.
Maybe we should give them a bit of tough love.
I know.
What do you think?
Well, they get love all the time. They grow up in love.
No, tough love. Cut the allowance.
Cut the allowance. No, that's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got to do it.
No, I think I do that sometimes, especially with my son. But I think, well, if I don't give him, well, he's probably going to get it somewhere else.
That's true.
And mightn't be the right place either.
I had a row with my little boy the other day, and afterwards I phoned up to make sure that we were still friends. But sometimes it's infuriating, isn't it?
Because they know more than we do.
Well,
listen, they're in an age of technology. They can do things we can't do, so it makes them think they're brighter than us.
They might know more than you do. They don't know more than I do. I mean, bear in mind, you're getting on.
I know. Listen, I know you're a charitable man, eh?
What's he got? Oh, yeah.
I want you to.
He wants me to give you some money.
No, I'm going to give you some money.
Don't give me any money.
I'm going to donate. You're such a lovely man, right? I know
I am. I'm not
I know you're a lovely man.
Don't interpret that pause as me thinking you're wrong there. Please,
right,
I'm very happy to hear this.
I want to donate £500 to your favourite charity.
It's
And I've
called
got my
Ross
checkbook.
Swimming Pool Fund.
Okay, well, that's good.
No. Don't. Let's give. Actually, look, why don't
No.
you give some money, and I will match your donation, and we'll
No.
give some money to Phil Tufnell,
No.
who's on the Macmillan Cancer March right now. And I
Okay,
think
well then,
wouldn't that
okay,
be a
there you
good
go.
thing?
You donate.
Hold it. How's this been turned around suddenly?
So play a record.
You see what he's done there? You see
No,
what's
no,
happened there?
no, don't.
He started by saying how lovely I was. Then there was a moment where it looked like Billy was going to give something, and then because I'm so lovely, I'm suddenly down 500 quid.
Don't because you got to do something for it though.
What am I going to do?
It's simple.
Oh, what's
You got to read something 3 times.
Okay, what's this?
Right, you're gonna
It's
do
not
this.
Candyman.
No. You got to read that for us.
Around the rugged rocks, the ragged rocks. Now, put a record
come
on
on.
now. We're going to
No,
sort
you-
this out. Now,
you
listen
gotta-
here, Ocean.
What?
Listen here. I've had it with you rastas coming in here, showing off your locks. That's the tremendously talented Neil Hannon with Divine Comedy there. That's his new single, Absent Friends, from the new album, Absent Friends.
Yeah.
And I believe he's playing, he's gigging next week, isn't he?
He's playing on this show live next week.
Oh, he's on this show next week, but
Yes.
he's also doing some live dates, I believe. I wanted to go to them, but this week is a bit hellish for me. I can't... I'm playing a gig one day this week.
You're playing?
Yeah, I'm playing in a band this week.
What instruments you play?
Well, I'm not really sure yet. We're rehearsing on the day. It's me and Vic Reeves are doing a punk gig.
Yeah.
We're calling ourselves the Fat Punks for the evening.
Right.
We've got an easy chair on stage so we can take a break.
Right.
And a trouser press in case things get out of hand. I'm meant to be on bass and vocals, but I've never really played
Played the
that
bass.
much. So, I've played it once or twice, but we've got a bloke who's going to help us on the afternoon learn.
Well, just hold a nice B flat.
Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
boom, boom,
that's
boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
Is that what you're going to do?
boom,
You're
boom.
doing Pistols?
That's every song.
it. Right.
Yeah, we're going to do a bit of Pistols, maybe a bit of Wire. We've written an own song called Punk Daddy.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at? It's gonna. I tell you, if you want, I'll give you first rights on the recording. If you want.
That's all right.
Punk
I won't
Daddy.
Yeah, don't worry,
cool.
Billy.
A possible B-side. That's all I'm saying. Just think about
Daddy.
it. Punk Daddy.
Daddy.
I tell you what. Can you imagine the phone calls we're getting now? People
Yeah.
desperate to come and see the inaugural gig. I imagine
Yeah.
they're going nuts out there. 2 or 3 of them. But Billy, what was interesting was why that record was on, and that's a great album. By the way, it's got the Happiest Goth on it as well, I believe, which is a fantastic song. I was listening to in the week. But while we were talking about that song was on, we were talking about live music, and Billy, you were saying how you're just about ready to start getting out there again and performing, and you're thinking about putting a band together.
Yeah.
And I could sense your enthusiasm. I guess you have to wait for the right time, don't you?
Yeah, you got to wait for the right time because you see, music for me has never really been about earning lots of money. It's been something I enjoy doing.
I should imagine at certain periods in your career it's been just as well, because there were periods when you weren't getting the dough in, were you, really? You were just
That's right.
performing. But
Just-
then you had those huge hits. What a
Yeah.
kind of a
Yeah.
weird career in a way.
Yeah.
But now you're keen to get back in the saddle.
Get back in the saddle and things can be a lot more relaxed than it was before. I can hopefully I'll be in control of things and be able to, ride out on this one.
Yeah. And when you say ride out, you mean enjoy it, or you mean
Enjoy it, yeah,
this
this-
won't be your farewell thing?
Yeah, no, not farewell. Just
Because I've seen you perform live 1 or 2 tracks up close, because years and years ago I booked you on a show I was working when I was behind the scenes, and it was
Right.
terrific. But I've never seen a whole gig, so I'd love to see a whole gig, and I'd imagine if you keep it small, I bet it will be a really kind of good intimate feeling you have there, as well as doing some of the bigger numbers.
some of the bigger numbers.
Do you have
Nice.
a band assembled yet?
I've got one person, because really you need one person, and from this one person you work around it.
Okay, and he or she is playing which instrument?
Keyboard.
Keyboard.
And that keyboards now have all these different technology and
Really,
things.
with
and-
keyboards you don't need anyone else, do
That's
you?
right. Get a nice unit. It's live. It's got to be live, you see, because I've seen so many bands over the last few years, or people, with just like 2 or 3 people on stage making this incredible amount of noise.
Yeah.
I think the audience wants to see people. I think people want to see people.
Yeah, they want to connect.
Yeah, they want to connect.
And
They wanna
especially if they have
communicate.
a tremendous voice like you have, that's what you want to hear. You
Thank
go to
you
see a
very
lot of
much,
bands,
yeah.
they're covering it all.
Thank you very much.
If you're short for a bass player when you're in the London area, who knows how my thing goes. If you want a bit of,
Yeah.
I'll bring a bit of joie de vivre to
Thank
this.
you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but-
Billy, it's always lovely to see you. Thank you so
you
much
very
for coming in.
much. Thank you, John. Thank you, Andy.
What do you have planned for the weekend? More gardening?
More gardening, more making plans for next week, really, because at present it's like lots of phone calls, trying
Yeah.
to see people and get the right people and
Nice now. What are you working on in the garden at the moment? What
well,
plant?
herbs.
Herbs. Oh yeah. Well, it'll be a restful weekend for you then, Mr. Ocean. Have a great weekend. So nice to see you again. Thanks
Thank
for coming in.
Bye.